We're gonna do things a little bit differently, because I'm a little suspicious that the Withered Foxy mod is bugged out. So I'm gonna change the odds, and we're gonna test it live right here, right now, and see if it's actually working. Set jump scare odds. It's currently at 5,000. We're gonna set it to 10. We're gonna see what happens. Ah! Yeah, it's working. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's indeed, in fact, it is working. The mod is working. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to welcome back to Road to Netherite. We're at part 7 now. Last time I had a very emotional breakdown to the point that it felt like I couldn't progress. So this time we're actually going to progress. What are we going to progress on? We're going to progress on doing one of the main things with the village, which is to build a base around it. That's part of the goals. So we need probably a lot of cobblestone, a lot of wood, especially wood. Figure out the materials I want to work with, which I already know what materials I want to work with. Also give more villagers some Awesome. Get these villagers more jobs. Jesus fucking Christ. That one was just that jump scare was just normal. That one was I did not like that one at all. Didn't get me as much, but it doesn't help that I didn't even have time to fucking relax. Anyway, so that's my house. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna build this place. And I think there's a great way, and we're gonna go onto the monolith. We're gonna go to the top of it. And we're gonna look down at the village, and we're gonna see and how, see and plan and how we're gonna like figure out what we want to do with this village. Okay. So this is what it looks like from above. Honestly, I could have just done this the entire time. So this is what it looks like from above. That's my house. There's me perched up there. What we could do, I feel like we would do some really cool, especially with this mountain right here. This mountain could house the castle portions. We're not going to do anything too big, nothing too ambitious, because I don't want to do that. So this mountain here, we'll put some sort of like castle tower right here, and have the walls begin towards this way. This could be a gate. This could house something on top of it, honestly. We'll have it surround the water. Now the water itself right here, this could be just a docking area, so no walls really have to go here. We'll have walls begin maybe right around here. Walls start all the way around, maybe somewhere around here. Because this will be the in-forest area where I already have my stuff all set up. And then we just go around. Now, I don't know how big or how tall I want the walls to be. But I do know that I want some formation with them. Nothing too fancy, nothing too big. I don't think I'll do 10 block tall walls as I think about it. So, let's see. I feel like this already has shown me that this would be the pathway to get up here. Flint's always great. Flint will always be a good thing to gather. Make arrows with that. We're gonna remove this little, like, floating peninsula. I don't really know what to call that. We're gonna get rid of that. I still like how earlier, not even earlier, it was a few minutes ago. I still like how a few minutes ago, I still managed to get jump scared by the Withered Foxy mod, setting it to 1 and 10 to make sure it was still working. Even whenever I set it back to 1 and 5,000, it fucking came back and said, yeah, we're still working. Which I'm grateful it works. Because I don't like that it works sometimes, but like, it's the point of the challenge is that I'm trying to gather materials I've never gathered before, and that jump scare, as I increase the odds to make sure it works technically against my favor, but as I increase the odds for it to jump scare me more, it'll be a kind of an annoyance and stuff. But I don't want to increase it so much where it is, how do I put it, where it will like, where I get used to it. That's why I'm planning on doing a reset once it gets to the obnoxious part. I don't have another shovel. When it gets to the obnoxious level, where it's like super annoying, where it's constantly happening and stuff, that's when I'm gonna reset it. I think I might try playing in full screen. I know I don't have... I know I usually have it not in full screen, but it's because like whenever I have it not in full screen, the frame rate is better. So I'm gonna keep it in full screen for a few minutes and see how I like it. Dude, there's so many mods I want to play with at some point. I might do another series when I'm done with this one, but like crazy mods, or like, no, not crazy mods. I want to do like a mod where like, okay, I've seen it in memes, but like genuinely I think it'd be very fun to actually play around with. And it's the, trying out those mod packs. Probably not even mod, oh, I did not want to do that. That was a delayed reaction on my end. I want to try out those fucking, like, gun mods you can have in this game. Where, like, you can add, like, an AK-47, Desert Eagle and shit. I want to do, like, a survival series where, like, we add fucking, I don't know, just random shit, random mods, stockpile it together and see if I can beat the game with them. I want to do, like, cause like there's like a lucky TNT mod, I think is what it's called, something like that. I saw it the other day and it was like, oh wow, you can actually craft every single TNT in it. And TNT is like one of those blocks in this game that I don't really ever use. I know that you can use it in the Nether to try and find ancient debris better. I do know that use of it, but other than that, I don't really use TNT. I don't really have a reason to use it. To be fair, I don't think anyone else really does other than in the Nether. So that'd be a cool mod to add. Not to this world, not to this survival stuff that I'm doing. A different one, because this world would be restricted to just the Withered Foxy mod and whatever's in Vanilla Perfected, which is like all this animation stuff, which I really like these animations better than the paid for mod packs that you find on Bedrock, because on Bedrock the paid for one that's like actions and stuff, I think is what it's called, it's so overdone. It feels very childish, kind of like brain rot, kind of. It's not something I'm a fan of. I can see why it appeals to maybe just, you know, kids who are playing this game, but I'm an adult. I feel like I deserve more mods that are more just like, I don't know, something that doesn't overload the brain in an overwhelming manner. But yeah. This Saturday, I agreed to, not even agreed to, I actually wanted to. So my partner wanted to go to this event, asked me if I could drive them and their friend next to the event, because they didn't have a ride anymore, and since I'm the only experienced driver friend and the only person that can drive compared to those two friends, I was like, you know what, sure, I'll go to this event. And this is probably something that maybe the people who watch my channel probably have no idea what this is, but have you ever heard of this game called Love in Deep Space? No? Okay, I don't know how to explain it either, but if you have, of course you already know what it is, I don't have to explain it. I can try and explain it for those who have no idea. It's a game that has hot guys, and it's mostly known for its hot guys, but it actually has some cool like lore to it that's not just hot guys. And that's really all I know. There's lore that like Sparrow has talked to me about, but they did it once, so like my chances of remembering it is unlikely. Kind of like how the current job I have is just employing me to 1 day a week, which is causing it to be really hard to really remember anything that's going on at that job. Like all the training that I've had is just once a week, and it's like not enough for me in particular. But yeah, I'm taking him to that event, and the only issue I have is that I have to take this road that I really don't like. There's an interstate that is so feared among people in my generation that most people just avoid it entirely, and I'm one of those people. I avoid it entirely because I don't want to drive on that road, but I have to. I know how to drive on the road, like, it's not that bad. You just have to go really fast. I'm pretty sure the speed limit's only like 80 miles per hour. It's above 70. So it's one of those roads where it's like you have to be fast or else you get driven off the road type fast, you know? Like you can't go under. You can't go 5 miles under. Even though you won't be pulled over for it, you will be probably ran off the road by a Honda Civic with squatted wheels. Or one of those like fucking Dodge Ram trucks, whatever. One of those like rednecks who think that they're above the law or some shit. You'll have that happen to you if you don't go the exact speed limit or higher. And I don't like that, but I want to take my partner to this event, and I want to go to the event anyway, so unfortunately, I'll have to force myself. So how are we gonna do this? I think this part right here will be like some sort of tower. I'm gonna do like I'm not gonna do any like specific building style. Like I'm not gonna make this circular. I am not gonna go through the pain of making it circular. I think what I will do is that I will go through the process of making it kind of look like the old tutorial worlds from Legacy Edition. Did you know, this is kind of a fucked up thing to know, did you know if you kill the cats, the stray cats, and ocelots too, I think, you get string with them? If you kill them? Like, if you kill them, you get string, you know? It's one of those things where it's like morbid curiosities will help me answer that question, but yeah, you get string if you kill cats, which if you're playing in peaceful and you wanted string and you can't find cobwebs, then that's another go-to, but I don't think there's anyone out there who has the heart to do such a thing. So I don't know, maybe gingers could do that. I wonder if I should make this 3 blocks wide. Just to have it set to look normal. Is that witch still there? It is. Do I want to go try and attack it? If I had my bow, I'd probably attack it with it. I wonder if there's a mod that adds the things from like Minecraft Dungeons into this game. Because I reinstalled Minecraft Dungeons on my Xbox because I was craving to play it again. Because it's genuinely a fun game. Granted, it was a very short game, but I did pay the DLC on whenever it was on sale. Because I wanted to. And it was well worth my time. I'll actually put down a torch. It's gonna put the torch I don't need at the moment. Hello, flower. Wow. I live next to a snow biome. Not a big fan of that. Still like how that's there. It kind of reminds me. I wonder if these structures are inspired by Minecraft Dungeons, because it looks. Now that I'm looking at it, kind of looks like the structures from it. Yep, you can. Okay, I was thinking in my head for a second. Not actually. Oh wow, you do a lot of damage. 17 seconds. So where's she at currently? Okay, she's right there, so dig down to her level. Is this cheating? Yes. Do I care? Not really. It's like an alternate third person mode, you know? It's my photo mode. You never use photo mode in video games? Like Friends? I'm realizing an issue right now. I'm noticing a big issue. You're still alive? That's crazy. Alright, I might be poisoned again. Might be. But, at least I killed it. I might as well continue building it. You know? I'm gonna let this one be like a little building montage. Because this track is probably one that a lot of people find nostalgic. What's this one called? Danny. Six, seven, 8. Well, shit. How many diamonds do we have? None. Don't have any diamonds. So, I think that is a good incentive that we should go into the caves. Let's go mining. When I finish off this recording, I'll record more tomorrow because I know I'm getting kinda sleepy right now. It's because I've been playing a lot of games today. I also drew a lot today. I guess a lot. I didn't really draw a lot, but I did start drawing today. I should really take note of getting to those villagers, not villagers, killing those endermen, because I need ender pearls very badly. It's somewhere over here. There he is. Alright. Hi, buddy. I really don't like you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Hi, buddy. You are very spooky. Where'd he go? There he is. No pearls that time, but I think I just saw another one that's over here. Yep. I'll just place in the water myself. Maybe. Here, I'll just go back to the water. Ooh, don't want to fall into a pit now, do we? Here he comes, here he comes. Dude, that is so scary, dude. That's a zombie. Yippee! It's like, I support that, but I would like Java Edition to be the— oh, diamonds! I like Java Edition to be more the dominant one when it comes to features and stuff. Like, that's a diamond out there. I'll get over that fear at some point, but I don't feel like I'm skilled enough to— ooh! What the fuck was that? I just saw something else that was not the usual monster. I saw something up there and it kind of looked like one of the ender mobs from Minecraft dungeons. Oh my god. What the fuck is that? What the fuck are you? Is that an enderman? Turn around, bitch. Please? Oh my god, I don't like that. Oh hey, more diamonds. Scratch my nose. Oh hey, more diamonds. Scratching my nose. I love it. Diamonds. Hello, creeper. My nose is itchy again. Itchy nose. Okay. There's the other diamond. There it is. My nose is really itchy. Wow. That's a zombie over there. I'll go ahead and mine this. What the fuck are you? Oh, you are an enderman. You just look weird. I really don't like that. Oh, you're short too. What the fuck? I don't like that. That's so unsettling. Hi. Do this. I'm also gonna do this so they don't attack me from behind. Oh my god, I don't like that. I don't think I've ever said this before, but Endermen terrify the living shit out of me. Proper way to like explain why I don't— ooh, diamonds! This song in particular doesn't do that right at all. I also mentioned it kind of sounds like it belongs to a Final Fantasy game, because Kumi did compose for Final Fantasy, and I still stand by that part, because it feels like something that would be in Final Fantasy, you know? This is— oh. It's a skeleton. Ah! First of all, grateful that I didn't get damaged there somehow. Being jump scared by everything that's not Foxy. I did technically get jump scared by the 1 in 5,000 Foxy though. I'm out of torches. Oh, that's not good. I think we'll head back up and actually, well, we did need cobblestone though. The grass block's useless. I don't really need this. I'll just put this right here. Let's start clearing out the area. Let's just start flattening out the land a little bit. I know this would definitely not be enough blocks, but I feel like this would be enough for now, for just like at the moment, because I am getting kind of tired. Not actually, kind of's an understatement. I'm actively wiping my eyes as I am about to fall asleep in my chair. Continue recording tomorrow. So let me tell you about my day, about how my weekend's been. Because I'm gonna honestly probably just upload a bunch of Road to Netherite, while I'm working on the Avowed Starfield video. So let's start with the Avowed Starfield part. I think I already talked about it in the last part, on part 7. Not the last part, like, the last recording I did for part 7. But I'm gonna talk about it again, just to kind of briefly mention it. So, I've reached a point that I forgot how to, I forgot to put timestamps that I needed for, forgot to put down timestamps for what I needed for the video, because now I have over 20 hours of footage for both games, and I actually have not a goddamn clue, for, what segments of those 20 hours of footage and stuff is going to be important for the video for what I talk about. So because of that issue, I'm gonna have to rewatch. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch the footage, write down the timestamps, and then also figure out what footage do I even need. Because there's some points in the video with the audio that I talk about where I talk about like the gameplay and stuff. And it's like, here's my reaction to this and that. And then it's like, okay, well now I need the footage for that. Which of my 20 hours of my footage for both games talk about this segment that I'm specifically referring to? It's created a problem and I need to fix it, and that means I have to rewatch everything. And that's going to be very annoying, but I can do it because I usually do that with my YouTube videos. Not my YouTube videos, I usually... Yeah? Okay. Okay. This piece of shit. I told you he just waits until I start recording. Yeah, so all that I just did with my dad, he totally could have done that alone. Like, seriously, all I did was carry in a bunch of drawers, and then there was not drawers, like the drawer things on a dresser. Yeah, drawers. I was right. Dumbass. And he needed to bring in the dresser, and the dresser is so lightweight, you could have picked that up by yourself. But anyway. So yeah, I have a bowl of cereal now. It's Fruity Pebbles. It's one of my favorite cereals. I think Cocoa Krispies beats it by 100 times though. I've been in a very big chocolate mood lately. I'm not even a girl. I'm not even on my period, but sometimes it feels like it. Actually, I'm not trying to downplay anyone who actually experiences that shit. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, another thing I want to talk about. I probably should be eating cereal while playing with a Withered Foxy mod. But fuck it, we ball. So I pretty much talked about everything at the About Starfield video. I need to make new timestamps and stuff so I can figure out how to piece together this video. And I'm making a new art style so that this channel could have some actual progression with it. Even though it hasn't even been that long. Technically, progression should be more like every year the channel will have a new look, or maybe every 3 years or something, but I'm impatient and I'm doing this my way, so that's what I'm doing. But anyway, so after that's been talked about, now I can talk about how my weekend went. So, I didn't do anything on Friday. I was just kind of tired, but I did have to go to bed early on Friday because there's an event that I had went to with my partner, Sparrow. This event, you may ask, is involved with Love and Deep Space. It's a mobile game that has hot men in the mobile game, and these hot men are notorious for having hot voice lines, stuff like that, etc. If anyone who does know the event, my favorite right now is Zane, but I don't have the game on my phone because it's on mobile only, for anyone who doesn't know. And, yeah, my phone can't really run it, so that sucks. So we went to this event. That was, in a big city near us. Not really near, I guess it's near both of us, because it's both an hour drive for the both of us, but it takes me about a few hours to get to Sparrow's house. We went to this event. It was kind of not really an event, more like a convention. A bunch of cosplayers who wanted to meet up, group up, and stuff to this place. Also, to be honest with you, the only reason I'm making this video is so I can actually talk about this event. On the way there, it was a smooth ride. My truck, my dad already checked it all up, and the truck was all working conditions and stuff. Everything was fine, right? At the event, everything was still fine. I'd show you the pictures, but it has my real face in it, and I don't want to show that. And trust me, to anyone who may be skeptical, be like, "Oh no, you must look fine." don't get your hopes up. And also 10 million subs for face reveal, which is probably never going to happen, and hopefully it never happens, because I don't want it to. Anyway. I mean, hell, there's people who hate me who would just end up revealing my face first anyway. After the event, after I got picked up by the Silas cosplayer and stuff like that, it was time to leave. It was time to go. It was like 5 p.m. when we left. We went to a gas station first because everyone needed to use the restroom and yada yada yada. Went to a gas station. I filled up on my tank, which was I put like $20 in my tank. Actually, Sparrow offered to pay it, and even though I was like, I mean, you don't have to, you know. I got $80 sitting in my wallet. They still offered it, and I was like, okay, go right ahead, I guess. But, so, not even like 5 to 10 minutes, we get onto the highway that goes around the entire city, and something just makes a sound. So it kind of go poof, you know. And I was just like, at first I was like, I wonder what that was, because that didn't sound normal. That was one of the few truck sounds that was not normal to my truck. I look in the left side view mirror, my back left tire's popped. It's just kind of going whoa, 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 you know. It's just popped. And it's like, oh, that's definitely not good. And like, my reactions was exactly like that. Like, I wasn't panicking or anything. Just like, I heard the sound. I saw that we had a popped tire. And we were going like, what, 65 on this highway? So the first thing I did was to find an exit, and it was literally right there. So like, we were going down the highway, and the exit was literally right there. Like, the rest of the highway's over there, that's the exit, you know. So, I stop on the exit, pull over on the side of the road, and then, finally, I let myself panic a little bit. Just a little bit. Not really panic, but I was just trying to assess the situation. So, the first thing I did, I know I bark about my dad a lot and stuff, but he is useful in many ways, as he sees me useful. He knew, I basically kind of knew what I needed to do, but I wanted to have the reassurances, you know. So, I called my dad, and I'm like, hey, is the tools for fixing the truck, are they in there? Ah! Is the tools there in the truck? And the spare tire. Is the spare tire where it needed to be? Because my truck's unique. My truck, the spare tire is up and underneath the fucking, like, bed of the truck. Which is weird, I won't lie. But it could be worse. And he reassured me, like, yeah, it's there. What happened? And I was like, yeah, the truck just kind of like exploded on the highway, basically. He was like, was anything wrong with the tire? I said, no, it just kind of exploded out of nowhere. There's literally no reason why it should have exploded. And I like, it wasn't. Like, whenever we were at that gas station earlier that I mentioned, getting gas, I checked up on the tires. I put steering fluid in the truck. I checked up on everything. I put everything that needed to be, you know, placed there and stuff. Everything seemed fine until driving it. Then it wasn't fine. It was weird because, like, most tires that usually explode like that usually have like a little formed bubble on them, you know, that sort of stuff. You know, a reason. But that truck, no, I didn't even hit a pothole either. It just exploded. It was so weird. Dad was like, yeah, sometimes tires do that. I'm like, I really don't like the fact that you sound so nonchalant about that, but okay. So, getting to changing the tire, I wasn't exactly fully okay with just changing this tire on the side of a exit of a major highway that loops around the entire city. So, I called, well, I didn't call it. Let me give credit to where credit is due. Sparrow and their friend, Nex, they were the ones who offered we should probably call non-emergency services. They put me on the number, put me on the line. That's exactly who I called. I was like, hey, can we get like a cop or something to make sure that I can change this tire without being hit by a semi? Because I'm going to be honest with you. The semi-trucks did not give an absolute damn about people on the side of the road. There was like 5 semis that passed us that could have like killed me if I was out changing that tire. Non-emergency services, at least the people on the call, you know, the callers and stuff, they were fine. They were like, okay, sure, we can send you one, and they were super nice and stuff. Now the cop that arrived though, oh my god, someone must have ruined her day, because she was not happy to be there. Let me pause the game. I'm gonna eat a few bites of my cereal real quick. So the cop who had arrived was she wasn't a bitch, like she wasn't being mean to us, but she was kind of being bitchy, as in like whatever her previous call, wherever she was previously, pissed her off. It just looked like she was having a bad day. And even though, like in the moment, we, Sparrow next night just like acknowledged like, oh my god, she's such a bitch. Looking back at it retrospectively, kind of wish I had a better reaction towards it instead. Which, I mean, when I was interacting with her, I was just like, hey, sorry, I know it kind of a small thing, but I just want to make sure everyone who I'm riding with is safe. Like, genuinely, if I was by myself with a pop tire, I would have done it alone. I would not have called in a non-emergency service or anything, because I'm brave enough to handle that task. What I'm not wanting to do, though, is to handle that task alone while I have my partner and their best friend right there on the side of the road, potentially getting hit by a car. I didn't like risking their lives for my own confidence for being able to actually fix my truck. So, yeah. I really only called those emergency services, non-emergency, whatever, for the sake so that my partner and their best friend could be safe, because I did not want to have them direct cars to avoid me. Oh my god, I have hiccups now. Jesus. Oh my god. So anyway, cop kind of just sat there. She was just on her phone most time. No sirens on or any lights on or anything like that. She just sat a few feet behind us. Okay, it's good enough. I don't mind. I was kind of bitching about it at first, but it was okay. Then we started having issues trying to get the spare off, because there's this little mechanism. Let me build it to help you visualize. So there's a mechanism, there's like a tall little tower thing, right? This is what's holding the wheel. And it's like, kind of like this, right? This flat part was what's holding the spare on, and it had a little roping mechanism to put it down. I realize how much this looks like a penis, but let's ignore that. This little flatbed mechanism was what was causing us trouble, because after we got the spare tire lowered from underneath the bed of the truck, we needed to remove that little plate that was holding it in place so that I could actually retrieve the tire. Next and I went at it for about 20-30 minutes. We could not get it. It was so tough to get it. So we called a cop over, and she was not happy. She did not want to help, but it is her duty. So when I asked for help, and I asked her kindly, she was like, okay. And then she pulled up her SUV a little bit further. And let me tell you, cops' SUVs, at least the modern ones, are quite scary. The old ones that they had, like the Crown Victorias and shit, they weren't that scary. Crown Victorias are something to laugh at, but like the new ones, the Dodge vehicles and shit, they are scary. I did not like that at all. I'm gonna take a few more bites of my cereal. I'm very hungry. She was just really not happy, but she did come to help us out, because Nex and I were both struggling to just get the tire off. I told her that I had everything else under control. We just needed the tire, because Nex tried it, I tried it, we both couldn't get it to move or anything, so it's like, okay, yeah, we definitely need at least a little bit of assistance. So she came over, she helped out, and when she was helping us out, at least she was a bit nicer. I'll give her that, because she wasn't as bitchy when she was helping us out. She was like, you got it, alright, good, you know, she sounded better. So it was like, it was quite obvious, now looking back in retrospect, she was just having a bad day. None of us that day had any right to call her a bitch, because now I kind of feel bad. Because even though she was acting bitchy and stuff, she did go out of her way to come and, you know, help us out and shit. So, yippee. But anyway, so we finally get the the tire out. She goes back to her vehicle, and we're now putting the tire on. After we put the tire on, though, this part was kind of bitchy, so she doesn't get any slack for this. She wouldn't help us out trying to get back on the highway. The second we put the tire on and Nex is lowering the jack so that we can get ready to leave, she fucking left, but not in a way where we would notice it. The second I was getting ready to ask, like, you know, I was like thinking about it in my head as I was telling Dad that we're getting ready to come back home. I turn around, the car's gone. I didn't even see her leave. Not the next didn't either, and not Sparrow either. No one saw her leave. We just turn around, she's gone. That part we were a bit annoyed with, because it's like, I really wanted to ask, like, could you make sure everything's safe and stuff? Whatever, but I was capable of doing it. We were on an exit after all. The exit was not as busy as the main highway, so it could have been worse. So yeah, and then the drive back home was fine. Although, since I had the Sparrow on and I was really tired that day, I decided that I was going to spend the night at Sparrow's house because I was so fucking tired. I was not going to drive back home that day, so I spent the night at Sparrow's house. Next, went back home safely and stuff. Good thing for them and all that. And then I ended up hanging out with Sparrow the next day on Sunday for a bit. And on Sunday, after I got back home, like actually at home, my mom's birthday was planned for Sunday, even though my mom's birthday was technically on Friday. So yeah, we did all that. And then, yeah, that was my day. And then Sunday dinner was fine. And then Sparrow and I watched more She-Ra. We watched the first 3 episodes of season 2. Very happy about that. That show's really good. And yeah, that was my weekend. And it went very well. Other than the tire blasting, but that just became an inside joke amongst Next, Sparrow, and I. Because why would we not joke about having a dangerous experience right there? And I know I bark about my father a lot, about certain things and shit, but he's got his uses. And that's something I want to keep. I want to learn his knowledge as much as I can, because he knows a lot about cars. It's very useful. I'd like to learn a lot more about that. I should have brought a shovel with me. I did not. Technically, I can make one though. But yeah. It's now Tuesday. I'm home. I work tomorrow at Wednesday. I work tomorrow at Scooters on Wednesday. That's gonna be fun. They keep putting me at 1 day a week. I'm not very happy about that. I'd like to work more than 1 day a week now. But my manager, the person who's in charge of training me and stuff, she's just not having it. I can also read her face sometimes, and I don't mean this in a rude way or anything, but you can really tell that she doesn't like me very much. Like, the kind of coworker I am is that I work well, I work like as a team and stuff. I try to be super nice and everything. But I will definitely agree with this. I'm a little too delicate with things. I'm a little too careful, but like when the company itself trains you to prefer quality over speed, it's like, okay, well then they shouldn't be punishing us so hard when we are trying to make sure that these customers are getting the highest quality coffee that they can get. You know, this isn't Starbucks after all. We're a different chain from Starbucks. Because like Starbucks, I can definitely agree, Starbucks works more on pacing being super fast than actual quality. And I like Starbucks. That's coming from someone who actually actively enjoys eating at Starbucks. Not drinking coffee at Starbucks. Though they do have good food occasionally. Take another bite of food. Actually, just real quick, I'm gonna go watch YouTube real quick. I'm gonna have it recording too, so if I have anything else to say, then I'll say it. I've actually been curious about this one.
Hey everyone, so if you are chronically online like myself, you would know that Watch Mojo is going under some pretty heavy fire recently for a comment that they left under some dude's YouTube channel.
So I'm gonna build up that castle that's over there, the little thing I'm doing. Build that up just a bit, not like higher, but I'm gonna build it, add some windows maybe or some shit. I made a mistake of making it even, because now the little, like, those parts of the castle bits is fucked. Not fucked, but they're just, I don't know how to put it. Oh. Okay. Jump height, 4 blocks. Speed, 8 blocks per second. Basically 8 blocks per second. That's pretty cool. So we have 9 diamonds. So we have a sword and all that. And a pickaxe. Do we have any other diamond tools? No, we do not. Let's go ahead and make the other ones. I don't think there's any other tools I'm missing. Yeah, we got them all. Okay. I had to sit and think about it for a second, which is something that I probably shouldn't have to sit and think about, but I was just making sure. I mean, this mod pack that I'm using right now could add new things for all I know. Okay, so we have the rest. Will we end up using these? Probably not. Wait, what? Attack damage, 9 for a diamond axe. It's also 9 for an iron axe. How about the sword? How can I please give it, there we go. 7. Okay. Sure. Actually, it's a good thing we still have 2 diamonds left, actually. Do we have any obsidian? We do not. We have crying obsidian. Okay, we're gonna go on a journey. We're gonna... Not really a journey. I'm gonna go down into my cave. We're gonna grab some... It always does 9. Oh, but the attack speed gets faster. Oh, okay. Anyway, we're gonna go back down in my cave now, actually. We're gonna go grab me so 4 pieces of obsidian. Okay, that was easy. Actually, I'm gonna grab more obsidian. Okay, I have enough now. So, I want to build a nether portal elsewhere in the world. Far away, far away. Somewhere, like, different, you know. I want to see what happens if I can, like, maybe find a bastion from a different spot. Because, like, the area where my current portal's at, I have no idea where the fuck I'm going. And as I mentioned before, if I can't find one naturally on my own, I will probably use chunk builder, whatever that site was called. I'm having hiccups again. Anyway. I might use that one site that I mentioned that could help you find them, like the coordinates if you type in your seed of the world and stuff. Which I don't want to really use it, but it's kind of like my last resort, because I don't want to also waste a lot of my time doing this challenge. This series is supposed to be just like a one and done sort of thing, not like a forever world, you know. I am planning to do a forever world at some point, but there's also just... Now that I have this wide access of mods and stuff, I kind of want to just make some videos, just do like some part series about mods and shit now. Having certain goals in mind, you know. Also, the RoboQuest video, I'm finally getting a start on that one. I already have my footage that I need. I just want to get the Avowed Starfield one out first. This video will come out before the Avowed Starfield one. That's the reason why I'm working on the Road to the Netherite series actively while I'm doing the Avowed Starfield. Because I don't use my drawn character up on screen on the Road to Netherite as much as I do for, like, other videos. So I just want to get out some videos that I don't need my character to be on screen for. Because my character's getting a redesign. Not really a character, myself. I'm giving myself a redesign. I should say it like that instead. The greatest thing I've ever done in my life, though, is abandoning short-form content. I shit you not, it shouldn't even be a stressful thing, but it was, because I just don't think in 30 seconds time. I don't talk in 30 seconds time, so it was like, when I was making the short-form videos, I did delete majority of them on Instagram, like most of my posts on Instagram. The ones that will remain actively available will be the ones that's on YouTube and TikTok. Although I did uninstall TikTok off my phone because I just don't want it anymore. I don't want it on my device, though they can keep my account and don't give a shit about that. Hell yeah, now we have an enchantment table. Where are we gonna put it? I have no idea. I'd like to make a separate build for the enchantment table, so we'll figure a spot for that at a different time. I think this is the episode that I've been jump scared the most, if we don't count when I was trying to test the mod. Because, like, if you don't count testing the mod, I think I've been jump scared 3 times, naturally, in this episode. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm glad, because, like, I was getting skeptical within the last 2 episodes, because jump scare just didn't occur, like, at all. I was suspicious because I was like, is the mod even working? was hoping it was working, and it was. I've been extremely lucky. Should I make ladders for this? Yeah, I think I'll do ladders instead. I don't know how many we're gonna need. We'll put it on this side. Yeah, that'll be enough. Because we want to do this. There we go. Dude, it doesn't matter what age I'm at. I'm still gonna fucking love this game. Some people might grow out of this game, but I don't know why, but I feel like I'm always gonna end up playing this game for the rest of my life. This game, Minecraft has something special that no other game really has. And it's probably because it's an actual sandbox, you know? There's other games that are sandboxes too, don't get me wrong. But those sandboxes just don't feel... They don't have what Minecraft has. So, like... I don't know how to put it, but like Minecraft just has that... It just has like the real creativity, because like think about like the building modules in some games, because there's some games out there that have like building modules that you'd use for building like bases and stuff, you know, but you use those bases not because you're building them because, you know, you want to build them, you build them because you have to for survival. While in Minecraft you can survive while also just having a really cool base, you know. Like No Man's Sky outpost building, something I don't really do. Like I make the outposts, right? But I make them because I need resources. I don't make them because I actually want to live there, you know? There's like a clear, distinct difference between why I build in Minecraft versus why I build in No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky I build because I need to. It's a survival thing. I need resources and stuff. While in Minecraft I build because I feel like it. Technically, you don't have to build bases. You can just build in the crevice of the earth to make a base. Which is something a lot of games, at least the games I've played, just don't have. I am like heavily considering on building, on getting a TNT mod though. Not to just have like ultimate destruction and all that, but just to like, imagine the uses of like different TNTs, like in an actual standpoint. Because like miners and like mines and stuff, they actually fucking use TNT to like discover things and stuff. And that is one way to find ancient debris in Minecraft, is to just blow up the nether basically. Would it make it easier? Yeah, probably. But I think it'd be just fun to do it, honestly. I don't care if it makes the game easier or not. I just think it'd be fun. I think our new goal now is that I want to build an area for the enchantment table. So now we have it, and I think it'd be appropriate to give it a proper building for it. We also need to give these guys more jobs. Let's do that right now, actually. So, from what I remember, this gives them a job, that gives them a job. There's also a fletching table, but I don't know how to make that, so I'm actually look up the recipe. Oh, okay. That's actually really easy. Let's make a Fletcher, because I don't know if I'll need one, but I just want to see what to do. 1, 2... We just need 4 pieces of wood, so it's... We use the oak. There we go. New job. Let's go put that in someone's house. You know, a house that doesn't have a job in it. There we go. Someone can claim that now. Let's make another one. We're gonna make the... I don't really want to make a cartography table, but I guess I could. I think I know how to make one. frame rate's dropping. Does this place already have a job in it? It does not. And now it does. I think I'll end off the video here. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day and or night. See ya!